Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to use a knowledge representation tool or a mind tool to create a mind map that will be required in this activity to identify those evidences of behaviors or interactions related to the teaching practices, and also to be able to analyze and discuss with a mentor the effective teaching practices that should be implemented to deal with those identified behaviors or interactions. So let me please go first to the tool we want to use. In this case, the tool is called Crieli.com. So we go to this tool and we're going to sign up. And we're going to sign up using our Gmail account, for example. So I agree with the privacy terms and conditions, click on sign up, choose the account I want to use to sign up, enter my password, and then I get access to the Crieli tool. Okay, it's taking a while. Here we go. So I click on go to the app. Oh, here I'm gonna I'm gonna use, this is my current plan. It's a free plan that includes 5 documents. So I can create 5 of those documents. So I click on go to the app. And now once I am in the app, I'm going to create a new diagram. So I'm going to do it here in my home folder. I click on add document. And in add document, I'm going to create a mind map. That's what I'm going to create, or a concept map. In this case, I can use any of those two, may help me. So I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna show you, even though I'm gonna do a mind map, I'm gonna choose this one because of the tools that I have available. Okay, let's say maybe later. Okay, so here I am. So all I have to do is, well, okay, I'm gonna give a name to the document. Will be to an video analysis, for example. Okay. So let's say based on the video, you observe behavior in your students. For example, you observe that when you ask questions to your students, an average of 30% of the students are raising their hands, for example. So that is the observed behavior. So I'm going to use a bubble I'm going to drag and drop a bubble here. And then the observed behavior will be that 30% of students raise their hands when a question is asked, okay? So that is the observed behavior. That is an evidence, notice, is an evidence that I have. Okay, now what I have to do, let's say I want to identify possible causes of this behavior. So for example, based on the evidence I find, so I can click on this plus button and then choose, for example, one of these ovals or circles. So I'm going to choose this one. And in this case, I'm going to, now, because this is a mind map, I don't need to identify the relationships. So I can get rid of this text, no problem. And here I can write what are those possible causes. For example, time given to answer is too short, for example. That could be one of the possible causes. Another one can be, for example, students are distracted with their smartphones, for example. Okay, I'm just creating something just to show you how to use the tool. So notice you can make the boxes bigger as you want. You can get rid of this text, and you can identify what are the possible causes. Now, maybe the arrows in this way are not really so maybe the best way. So I can change the arrows by choosing the arrow and changing the arrow. For example, in this case, I change a plain line for an arrow, and here I change an arrow for a plain line, and that way I change the direction of the arrow. I can do the same here, same. So we are ready. Okay, so once I have the possible causes, then I need to identify the instructional strategies I'm using, or that I should probably use to deal with this situation that I've found, right? For example, one of the reasons that students are distracted may be because the questions or the scenarios given for the questions are not realistic, so they are not very engaging. So let's say I can identify then a strategy. I can identify a strategy, so I drag and drop another bubble, and then the strategy will be to use authentic situations, right? Or the scenarios, right? And then relate that. Now, how do I relate a bubble, right? So you saw how do I create new bubbles from one of them by clicking on the plus buttons, right? But how do I relate a bubble that I did not create that way? Okay, so that what I can do is I can create a line. So I choose the line, and then I can relate the line to the concept I want to relate. Then I delete this description, and here I have it. I can change this color just to show that this is a I can change the color to show that this is a strategy, let's say, that I want to use. So I can create my mind map this way, providing the evidences, trying to identify the possible causes of that situation, and try to identify also the appropriate strategies to deal with those, or that maybe to avoid or deal with those situations, for example. Now, what is the role on how my mentor can collaborate with me? So this is going to be simple, because all I have to do is to share my map with my mentor, right? So let's say my mentor is Daniel Collins, for example. Okay, my school, right? .edu, for example, that's a made up email, right? And my school, and then I send an invitation for my mentor to collaborate with me. Once my mentor is there, he can come and post comments, and I can actually answer those comments. So he can come and add a comment. So for example, if he thinks this is not an effective strategy to deal with the situation, so he can add his own comment like, you can also, and blah, 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 okay? This way, and enter. So the comment will be there, and then you can interact with your mentor and then provide a comment on that, or a reply to that comment, right? Like, for example, I agree with, and you can see the collaboration is being created to discuss about the effective strategies to deal with those findings or with those evidences. So this is the way you are going to create the mind map. If you see, it's quite simple. Once you have finished your mind map, you can export your mind map into a PNG, for example, an image, in order to, or you can just share with your instructor or with your supervisor in order for them to see that you completed the activity successfully. Okay, this is all the instruction about how to create your mind map for your video analysis. Have a good day.